Welcome to the EmpowerHer Wellness Podcast. I'm Morgan, and I'm thrilled to be your host and wellness coach as we navigate the path to a healthier, more confident you. As the owner of Get Fit With Me, I bring years of experience in personal training, nutrition, and coaching to each episode. Join me as we explore practical tips and strategies for fitness, nutrition, mindset, and more, all tailored for busy women just like you. Let's empower your wellness journey and achieve lasting transformation together. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an episode of the EmpowerHer Wellness Podcast. I'm your host and coach, Morgan Ekovich, and today we're going to talk about fitness trackers. I was having coffee with a friend, and she asked me, she's like, okay, what are your opinions on fitness trackers? Which one? So on and so forth. And it got me thinking. I was like, we haven't talked about this in a really long time. So first off, I love fitness trackers for the sole reason of I love to be able to track my steps. I also love when they track my sleep. Those are the two pieces of data that I want on a regular basis. The other thing that I really like about fitness trackers is when I can start a workout and end a workout and it tracks that I did it, because sometimes I'm not always writing it on my calendar. Sometimes I'm not marking it off, especially like if I'm going out for a walk. Like I want to note that, because at the end of the year or quarterly, depending on what I'm working for in that year, I will go back and I say, okay, how many walks did I have? How many strength sessions did I have this month? How many this? And it's just data. So to be able to do that, I love fitness trackers for that reason. So I have two of them. I have a Fitbit. This is an older generation one. I believe I got it like in winter 2018. So I've had it quite a long while, and honestly, it's lasted me forever. And I love it. I also am so used to having the time on my wrist now that like I will probably always have one like this. And then about a year and a half ago, I got the Oura Ring. And I will say, now that I have the Oura Ring, I no longer sleep in my watch because the ring is just so much more comfortable. Also, it's newer, so the technology is newer, and I get a huge deep dive of my sleep. The thing about the Fitbit is it also gives me a deep dive about my sleep, but I get more from my Oura Ring. Step-wise, I have noticed that my steps on my Fitbit, I get more of them. And here's the thing, is it's hard to know because this is a few years old. Is it because the technology is older and when I move my arm, does it count steps? Is it because it's technically closer to my hip, therefore it's counting more steps a little bit more accurately? It's hard to know. The ring, there's probably like anywhere from a 1,500 to 3,000 difference depending on the day. If I walk on my walking pad as I'm working, I have to put my watch in my waistband because like if not, it just doesn't track. So like if I'm doing that, I know my watch is going to be more accurate than my hand because when I'm typing, it doesn't count those steps. So it's kind of nice to have. And when I look at both of them, I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not checking it all the time, but I do like to see what my daily average is across of a week, a month, a couple months, because so many of us, we are active, or we think we're active. We go and get our workouts in, but then we are sedentary the remaining hours of the day. So those are the two main things that I love fitness trackers for: sleep, data, quality, quantity, deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep, all of the things. And then also how many steps you have. It just brings awareness to it. And then that third piece is just being able to track our workouts. I don't care how many calories are burned. I don't care how long the workout is. I just want it tracked in a spot where I can go and I can see how many workouts I completed and what those workouts are. I have a client, she just got a Garmin, and the Garmins are super cool and they're so like high tech these days. But the thing that I noticed about the Garmin is when she does strength training, there's not an option for strength training on there. Because Garmins are built more for endurance sports, such as hiking, biking, swimming, running, walking, things like that. They have what are they called? Like preset workouts that you can click on and it will track that sort of stuff. Fitbit has it too. But Garmin doesn't have one for strength training, and it could just be the version of watch that she has, but I noticed that. So if you are looking into getting a fitness tracker, first ask yourself, what are you getting the fitness tracker for? What do you want to track? What is the purpose? And I'm going to be honest. Apple has created an Apple Watch that has lots of cool things on it, and they are growing. They're a technology company. The Apple Watch is meant to be a phone on your wrist. I don't think the fitness technology is there compared to some of these other bands or rings or watches that are strictly fitness companies that are wanting to bring fitness data to you. Yes, I can take a text message on my Fitbit, but like I've turned all that off because that is not the reason I got it. I got it for the ability to track my steps and track my sleep and be able to track those workouts just from a bare bones. Some people I know have completely sworn off the watches and the rings and things like that because of the calories and like how many calories should I be burning? Okay, I didn't burn my calorie goal for the day. I don't care about that because when we work together, I'm going to run your numbers. I'm going to figure out about how many calories. I'm going to get all of that information. And there is a percentage of error with any device. That being said, go into looking for a tracker for your purpose. I will say that if you want a ton of data, and I say ton like all caps, exclamation points, bold, underlined, all of that. Your Oura Ring and your Whoop, I don't know if you've heard of Whoop. A lot of athletes wear it. It looks just like an elastic band you wear around your wrist. There's no clock face to it. Those two are going to give you the most data right now. Those are the two that I've researched to get you the most data. So as I'm talking about all this, if you are looking up price points, you're probably thinking, Morgan, what the hell? All these are over $100 or even over a couple $100. So if you have an HSA, I know Oura Ring is associated with that, so you can use your HSA account. Fitbit, it's just what it is. Garmin, I think, is just what it is. But think, are you an endurance runner? Are you an endurance sports person? Look into Garmin. I think that one's going to give you the best features for your activity. It also, I think, has the best location on it. It's probably tracks sleep, and it obviously tracks steps. So for that, maybe Garmin is your best option. Maybe you want something sleek that really you want to just track your sleep and your steps. Get the ring. People don't even know that that's what it is. It's becoming more common that people ask me about it when I'm out, but it's not like this big thing where people are like, oh my gosh, you have a fitness tracker on. Like when they see a Fitbit and you're at a wedding, yes, I am totally that person if I'm a guest. If I'm in your wedding, I'm taking it off. But if I'm a guest, I'm probably wearing my watch. But now that I have my Oura Ring, my Fitbit comes off because like I just like to know how my body responds when I'm moving more, when I'm drinking alcohol, when I'm doing all these things. So if you're looking on that spectrum, figure out what is the main purpose of your fitness tracker. The only two things that I really like data-wise from them for when I work with clients is your steps and your sleep, like I said. So often when we are working out and we're trying to feel like, oh, I want more energy, yeah, we look at nutrition, we look at our activity level, but we also look at our sleep. And some people don't know what their sleep looks like. And there's only so much we can actually tell about our sleep by saying, I go to bed at this time, I wake up at this time, and I feel refreshed or I feel exhausted. A wearable device kind of bridges that gap in there. It is not necessary, but if you're curious, highly recommend getting one that has that ability. I believe at this point, probably all of them take that into account. And then your steps, because like I said, I have clients who come to me and they're like, oh, I get my workouts in and oh yeah, I'm really active. But then after their workouts, they go and they have a sedentary job. There's nothing we can do about it. And we look at their steps and they're averaging like 3,000 steps a day. That is still technically considered sedentary. I don't care if you got that workout in, you are still sedentary, which is hard for me to say because I am so proud of you for getting that workout in that I don't want you to stop doing that. But when I say that, there's like all these thoughts that come into our head. So I want you to think about, like, I care more about the workout than your steps. But once we've gotten that workout mastered, then let's start working on those steps. Let's figure out how to be more active throughout our day, which then is in turn going to help us with our sleep at the end of the day. So as we're kind of working through all that, it's important that we are being aware of these things. I have so many clients that I've been working for about a year, let's say, and they just kind of use their phone to track their steps. They keep it in their pocket. It gets us a general idea. You don't even have to have a wearable. But over time, you can find a wearable. I will drop the link. It's on Amazon. One of my clients has it. I believe it's like $35-ish. Tracks steps, tracks her sleep, gives us enough data to have a general idea. She can like respond to text messages on it. The technology has evolved. Do I believe that Fitbit and Garmin and Oura Ring and some of these bigger brand companies, probably their technology is a little bit more advanced? Yes. But that's not to say that you can't get something for $30, $40 and have it and collect the data, and then we can start there. Because all that's doing is giving us a baseline. I don't want you to do it because I need to burn this many calories. I don't care. I don't care about how many calories you burn, nor what the watch is telling you burn, because like I said, there's a percentage of error in all of this. So that is my really long-winded answer of what fitness trackers do I recommend, and do you even recommend it? Yes, I recommend some sort of fitness tracker. It doesn't have to be in the beginning, but if we've gotten to a point where you're like, I'm doing all the right things and like I just am not losing the weight, or my physique's not the same, a lot of it is we are just not as active, or depending on who I'm talking to, because I was just in Wisconsin in the last month and we were talking and I was working with farmers and they are overly active. So it gives me an idea of, are you underactive or are you overly active, or are you right there in the sweet spot for your body? Knowing that information helps me understand how to help you fuel your body in a better way. If we're not super active, our body doesn't need a bunch of excess calories. If we are overly active, we need more calories to fuel. If we're somewhere in the middle, then we know exactly how to fuel our body. So it's not an end all, but it's just one of those pieces of the puzzle that helps us get a good idea. Especially, like I've talked in previous episodes, our brain likes to convince us that we are doing more things than we actually are, and that we're like crushing it. But as soon as I have you log, or we bring light to some of these things and we collect data, it's like, oh, maybe I wasn't doing that as well as I thought I was. Like maybe I can tweak it just a tad, and then I fall into that category. So all that being said, I will link the Oura Ring, the Fitbit. This one they don't even sell anymore. That's how old it is. But I will link the Fitbit website. I will also link the Garmin website, and I will put the link for the Amazon knockoff fitness watch that's out there that one of my clients has, that I really like the data that she sends me. So that if you are looking at a fitness tracker and you're determining, oh, what do I need? Do I need one? You don't need one. Long story short, you do not need one. If you want one, these are my recommendations. Ask yourself, if you're like, I don't know which one I should get, and you want me to ask you some questions, send me an email at morgan@getfitwithme-morganekovich.com. And just say, hey, I'm looking at a fitness tracker. These are the ones I'm looking at. Which one do you recommend? And I'll ask you some questions, because depending on your goal or your outcome is going to determine which one you should get. But with all of that, we could go a whole lot deeper, but I had this question asked to me and I thought this was a really good spot, because one of the things we tend to do as we are looking to change and make ourselves better is we try to buy a new device. Like I said, this Fitbit is old. I don't need a new device, but maybe yours is like not working anymore, not staying charged. Maybe you are in the position where you want to buy one, or you kind of need to upgrade. This is a really good conversation to have and questions to ask yourself before you go and spend money, whether it's $35 or $350. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for joining in to the EmpowerHer Wellness Podcast, and I will see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in to the EmpowerHer Wellness Podcast. I hope you found today's episode inspiring and packed with actionable tips. Remember, your journey to becoming the strongest, most confident version of yourself is just beginning. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and join our community of empowered women. Until next time, stay strong and stay confident.